Here we are from the center of the galaxy, live on a Friday. It's ForceCenter now. This is ForceCenter show about Star Wars, pop culture, and the ultimate adventure, having a little portable fan right in your studio. I'm Ken Napzok.
I'm Joseph Scrimshaw. I thought you were gonna, I think you're gonna rise up a drink, but portable fan
Portable fan.
for big. It has been warm in LA.
Yeah.
I got up this morning and I was like, man, it's weird. It smells like summer in the morning. Like it's June. It is summer in the morning. That's why it smells that way.
Yes, it does. It's only 90. You know what's funny? It's only 90 according to my check of the weather, but I've just all the heat's inside my house now. Oh, in fact, so my computer just turned off. Oh man, we need that light.
Yes, we do. Yeah, it's always like 10 degrees hotter in old Burbank. So you're baking over there?
Bacon, bacon, and dog wants to go outside all the time. So I've been outside like 6 times today already, and I'm sweating. I got a little glow on me here today. Only 90 is a very LA thing to say, says Obi-Wan Jacoby. Yeah, it's only 90. Light breeze. It's a dry heat too.
It's a dry baking 90.
We're going to dive in today to a lot of different things here. It's ForceCenter now. This is our chance to kind of hear from you. You can call into the show by being a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/ForceCenter. You get the fresh link every week to call in. Camera ready if you want to be. Audio only if you need to be. Doesn't matter to us. We just want to hear your voice. And today, Joseph, we got a pretty big topic, one we've discussed, I think, throughout the years ourselves, but I wanted to hear from the people. I wanted to go to the streets to talk about your favorite Darth Vader moments. And it is, as someone already said in chat, a very wide range of things to pick from.
And it has become so much wider with not only some, great Vader appearances on screen with Rogue One and Kenobi, but the comics and the novels. There's a lot more canon Vader these days.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to dive in. And we'll play loose with the dividing line. I think from henceforth forward, it's Darth Vader's story. That's the moment. So Anakin, I think it's safe to call him Anakin in Act 3 of Revenge of the Sith. But you know what I mean? I think the guy the monster from that point on is what we're looking at today.
I think so. Yeah, I would count some, like that's a real fun edge case of like, he's taken the name Darth Vader, but when he is on Mustafar, he's already slaughtered all the Separatists, and he's crying a little, like. But I would definitely say, where's Padme? Is she safe? Is she all right? Is a Vader moment in one of my top Vader moments. Where do you go, Ken? For yourself, are you still bound to some moments from the original trilogy because they are core original Vader from your perspective, or are there newer ones that are claiming your heart?
Definitely some new ones. I can't wait for people maybe to bring up and celebrate, and I'm there for those. As we've said before on this channel many times, I think Hayden getting to come back and play, whether it's Anakin in a vision or Vader with the mask half off, whatever it might be, I think it's some of his best work, and so that is really help add to the list. But I think I still think of some of those original trilogy moments. Those are some of my favorites. I sometimes can't get past his quote unquote debut, the way we maybe saw him first. Well, again, I had a weird order where I was more familiar with Return of the Jedi than New Hope, but just that entering onto the Tantive 4 in A New Hope, with not the classic, Imperial March comes 4 years or 3 years later, but just that very, operatic, here is the villain, bon bon. Like that moment kind of affected me as a kid. It was very frightening, and just kind of I'd put myself in the position of those rebel soldiers. And so I think that's also why years later Rogue One paid off, the hallway scene paid off in so many different ways. It was like, that's kind of how I saw him as a kid when he goes in that hallway. So I love moments like that.
Just a menace in a hallway. Yeah. You came up with this topic, total honesty, and I checked this morning. I was like, hey, what are we talking about? And I did a fun experiment of don't think about it. You're not making a list. What is the first thing that comes to mind? And there's a ton of new moments, but the first thing that came into mind, because it is just so buried in my psyche, and it's about the line delivery. It's the Empire Strikes Back moment of Luke walking into the carbon freezing chamber and him saying, "The Force is with you, young Skywalker, but you are not a Jedi yet." That delivery is just so incredibly chilling, and the way it's shot with him standing ominously at the top of the stairs, not even a person in that moment. He'll very quickly become a person in the movie, specifically, but that idea that he's the villain, he's this horrible shadow, he's just a shape. The original Halloween movie, they credited Michael Myers as the Shape. That was his credit in the film, of just like this, just an evil shadow. The framing is so good, and that delivery is so powerful.
Which makes me think of Maul, probably the most recent entry into the Vader moment lexicon. There, he's a shape, he's a monster, he's a voiceless villain at that point, and we use so well. So many things to go to, and today too, when you're calling in, it could be the lines, the bigger scenes. I also think what you're describing, Joseph, also makes me think of Luke getting that maybe lucky shot in on Vader in Empire, and just like slicing thing. I love that. What in New Hope remains an all-time favorite too. I think those moments too. And today was just a day. It's a big character, but I wanted to hear from you all out there. And when I was putting this together, it's like, I definitely always want to make sure we're pulling the right lessons from Vader, and he's the villain, and it was a fall to the dark side, all those kind of Uncle George Lucas thoughts. But it's also that they celebrate Vader as this giant figure in pop culture, and I collect the figures, you collect the figures. Like we get it. Today's one of those. We get it. He's a bad guy, but what do we love about this character? What makes us kind of think about him still years later?
Yeah, and celebrating the moments of absolute terror and absolute cruelty while also being a little on the snarky side. To me, it also, we've talked about it a lot. It's catharsis to never want to do the awful things that a villain does, but to also kind of vent some of those feelings by watching a character do it. But in Star Wars, to look at how awful he was and how far gone he was makes it more powerful that he made a better decision at the end of his life.
Yeah, it goes on the internet. You know how the internet is, Joseph, right?
Oh gosh, I do.
Yeah. I saw at some point this week a George quote or an interview of something about Vader coming across about, we're not suggesting, basically I'm paraphrasing, but I'm not suggesting, said George, that he's redeemed for all of his sins at the end, but it is about the choice he made. That's the big lesson, and why it was a good choice. And I think that's something to focus on too, and could be a moment for all. Now, I don't want to make the show too busy out there, but we do always on ForceCenter now try to have a character of the day. Well, Darth Vader is that character today, so I didn't want to overload it. But if you call in and you'd like to say something about this character of the day, our backup character of the day is Sebulba. I think it is a good time to celebrate Sebulba because we're talking about the life and times of Anakin turned Vader, and perhaps even in his darkest moments as Vader. I wonder if he looked back and was like, yeah, that's my first kind of bad deed for the sake of myself is defeating Sebulba. So if you'd like to say something, we got Galactic Racer coming out, of which Sebulba is making a grand return. So if you want to say something nice about Sebulba, there it is. Do you have something nice to say about Sebulba, sir?
I have something kind of actually cruel. Can you put the picture back up?
Yes.
Okay. I've never looked at a still image of this moment, right? And this is like the magician's sleight of hand where your eye goes to the goggle because he's doing the goggle business. Yeah. I've never seen his tiny little horsey teeth. I've seen them probably 1,000 times. I've never focused on his tiny little horsey teeth.
He does have a horse's mouth, man. It does. The gums, everything about it. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it looks like an old Ren and Stimpy drawing. It's amazing.
Super zoom in on that. Oh man, that's a good call. Good call.
So next episode next week we'll do which is your favorite of Sebulba's 6 teeth. That will be our calling.
I wonder if he has teeth left. We've got some comments already coming in about Vader moments. Ethan can't call in today, says apology accepted, Captain Nita. It's
good one.
It's James Earl Jones hitting every syllable of some of the lines. Even your line that you're talking about, just that you're not a Jedi yet. That T lingers in your soul.
I didn't until recently. I think when we were celebrating, frankly, James Earl Jones passing, I hadn't quite concentrated on his story from his perspective. Like, I knocked out some sci-fi thing in 12 minutes for Star Wars, and then I became the voice of one of the most famous cinematic creations. So next time I was like, all right, hunker down. Knock this goddamn thing out of the park. I'm going to consider every moment. Like,
It's true.
His performance was great in Star Wars. It's not thrown over the shoulder in a crappy way. Maybe James Earl Jones would have taken more than 12 minutes if Lucas isn't the director that he is. Yeah. Like, good job. Great. Sounds mean. Sounds scary. Great. But I imagine James Earl Jones just going like, okay, if I'm going to be the voice of one of the most famous creations ever, I'm going to crush it the next time I get a chance.
Yeah, like, you know what? I'm actually a good actor. Let me dive in. I don't. He obviously put his heart and soul into New Hope, like you said, but I just do have that Krusty the Clown coming in to do VO kind of vibe. Then for what you're describing, that's how you do it. Kid.
Oh, you want me to say what? Oh, you want louder? Okay, what?
What? Regarding Sebulba, General Gambaroni says, I just remember trying to walk around on my hands like Sebulba as a kid and be very disappointed that I cannot. I hope there's video of that. That's great. That's great. I myself do enjoy the character of Sebulba. I think he is. I actually think he's a key part of Phantom Menace. That's not a big hot take. It's just, he is. He's truly a villain. He is also a villain in the most 1950s drag race way to me as well. A little bit of Kaneki from Greece. Willing to do some things to his opponent's car, and I just loved it. And that is it Lewis McLeod that voices him? My trivia days are right. Over. That shot of, I think it's in the beginning, Doc, of him just doing the VO and backing away from the mic as he does it. I just made me love Sebulba even more.
Yeah, no, Sebulba is a great foil, and I remember even when I first saw Phantom Menace, that I was a little challenged by some of the pod race aliens because they were so different, than what had come before in Star Wars. Now I love them all, and I love George's insistence and bravery and expanding the palette of Star Wars. But even back then, Sebulba, that voice is so cool, and he's like a great image of the kind of like, he's legitimately good at the sport, and he's a cheat, and he's clearly all about the fame, the way he's surrounded by his little entourage and drinking and bragging. Like, he's such a great vision from a kid's perspective of like this impossible older kid asshole, It's
absolutely.
It's like absolutely. Anakin's like, he's in, maybe sixth grade, right? And here's this older kid who's like a sophomore in high school and smokes cigarettes and is mean to everybody. And Sebulba's just totally got that vibe.
Yeah. You're the new kid at school. I rule this roost. Yeah, and I agree. General Cameroni, shout out to Sebulba's pod with one of the coolest sound effects in the franchise. 100% agree with that. And that absolutely adds to my love of Sebulba. The greatest sounding pod to me.
Yep.
So good. So good. We got, we get very generous super chat from Will saying, jumping in to say hello there and say my favorite Vader moment is in Kenobi show where Vader says, I'm not your failure, Obi-Wan. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. All caps chills every time. Such a revelatory and tragic moment. Yeah, that might come up again with others. And Will, thank you for that very generous super chat.
Very generous. That. Yes.
Really nice. That's what I mean. Anakin, Hayden coming back to just nail it. Just nail it, both in Ahsoka and Kenobi.
Fantastic performance by Hayden and fantastic design work by the sound team. The way it just, stutters back and forth between the voice of Anakin and the voice of Vader. Like, extremely elegant line.
Well, let's go to the phones. We have calls lined up from Obi-Wan, Jacoby, Elias, Steve, and Maddie checking in. As I always say, if your camera's on, that means you're willing to have your face shown on the internet. Sometimes I'm not willing to do that, but I'm still here. But you are if you do. If you need to be audio only, that is fine as well. Let's take a call from Obi-Wan, Jacoby. Check it in here. Obi-Wan, Jacoby. He's your arch enemy. How are you?
Good. Really good, yeah. Well, to start with Sebulba real quick, my favorite thing was already stolen earlier by one of the comments, but just the sound design of his pod racer. I mean, that is just the go-to thing about Sebulba.
Yeah.
Every time. Especially because, when they did the 25th anniversary re-release in theaters a couple years back, and like that was just because I had never experienced in theaters beforehand because I was young.
Yeah, but to get to hear that, did you spend the film like waiting for your favorite sound cues to come up in the big theater?
Definitely for that one, for sure. Yeah. That's one. And also because I knew about the Easter egg at the end, I guess you could call it an Easter egg, at the end of the credits where Vader's breath comes in. So I sat in the theater waiting for that.
I know I've told the story before, but back then I was working nights graveyard security at the mall, and we would be able to control the music at the mall. So I put the Phantom Menace soundtrack in the speakers. So walking around an empty mall with my friend, listening to that and hearing Vader's breath just over at an empty mall at 2 a.m. was part of my like, maybe I do love this film. Maybe there's something there for me. So great stuff.
Yeah, if John Williams can't convince you to like something, what are we doing here?
It's over.
Yeah. His music can't make you, stare into the windows of Structure Express, Claire's Accessories, Spencer's Gifts at 2 a.m. All right, so hit us with some your favorite Vader moments.
Yeah, no, the pressure's on. Being the first caller, I feel like I'm having the first overall draft pick here.
You are.
Although you guys already said some good ones. You mentioned the beginning of the duel from Empire, which is all-time classic moment. So I'm gonna actually go to something very similar to that, but sort of the end result in A Return of the Jedi, when Luke is sort of hiding underneath the sort of platform, and he's in the shadows, and Vader does sister, sister. And then the lead up from that all the way through, the no, and then Luke beating him down until finally he makes the right choice at the end when he turns on the Emperor. Just sort of that whole, I guess it's not really a moment; it's several moments, but
good answer.
That whole sequence is brilliant to me.
I agree.
Yeah, sister. That delivery on sister is fantastic, and it's one of the moments for me that made me when I was just like didn't really have a lot of people to talk to about Star Wars, thinking about it. It's like, hey, wait, he tried to do to his son exactly what happened to him. Of the threat of losing a loved one will make you make this choice is not a good one and give in to your anger. Like, good job, George. So powerful.
I was just sitting in my seat going, how did he know? He knew about Leia. How did he know? How did he know? No, that sequence is that entire fight is one of my favorite things in Star Wars for all the reasons: the visuals, the sound, the music, what's at stake. But like you said, Obi-Wan Jacoby, that delivery. There you go. James Earl Jones showed up to work that day.
Yeah. Oh, and those Svetnik ads from that scene. Now his failure is complete. I think about that one pretty much every time I make a mistake. Like I burn some toast. I'm like, now my failure is complete.
There you go. Obi-Wan Jacoby, how are you feeling about getting more and more things in the Vader, the Vader resume to choose from with the Maul and Kenobi and Ahsoka?
It's definitely good. If you were going to permit me to add an extra moment, I was going to bring up the ending of Shadow Lord. And I especially love the lead up to it, where sort of they escape from the acid lake, and you just hear the Inquisitor go, "Tell him they're coming," and then I'm just because I remember vividly watching that and going, "Him?"
Yeah.
Because there's only one person him could be at that point.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it would have been pretty annoying if it was the Grand Inquisitor, right?
Yeah, would have felt really bad because it would have been a good, like, oh, that's cool, but he would, yeah, that happens.
Yeah, they come out of the shadows and it's Masamita.
We signed some paperwork. Great answers, great moments, and yes, we agree with you on some Bulba's and his sounds as well. So appreciate the answers, man. Yep.
Yeah, I do. I have one question, since it's in the section that you brought up as your containing your favorite Vader moments. The back and forth from different special editions of Vader's no being added. How do you feel about the no?
Not a fan, personally. I've gotten used to it now because that's the version that's on Disney Plus, so that's what I end up watching most often. But it's definitely one of the because it wasn't in the 2004 DVDs that I grew up on. That started the No came in the Blu-rays.
Yeah.
So I wasn't used to it growing up, but I've gotten more used to it, but it never quite works for me.
Same.
Yeah, I like the idea of it, and sometimes the execution is a bit of a surprise, but I like the idea of it. So I was that's so great to hear your journey with it based on when and what you were watching.
Yeah. When and where the Ewoks blinked for you is
I've never even noticed the Ewoks blinking. It's just always been just a thing.
It's funny to go back to that moment. I don't think I noticed it until someone mentioned it. So to complain about it at that point was just complaining, for fun, for sport. So I didn't see it until later. Yeah, I didn't notice it. Thank you, sir, for sharing those. Your first round pick was great. If you're starting us off, you're starting us off very well.
Thanks.
All right. We got Elias lined up, Steve, Maddie behind that. If you want to call in, you become a Patreon supporter. If you're not already, find the link up there today to get you into the show. It's a unique link, so it changes every week. Checking any comments here. We got Igor the Mad says, with so much extra context now, I love the New Hope duel. Vader's so careful and has to be thinking, what does this old man have up his sleeve this time? Are there some commandos in the next hallway? Yeah, that's I like that take. I agree with that. Yeah, especially I still, the Kenobi series did a good job for me to just build back to that moment. And there could be something between that, of course. We don't know. It's a big what if you want to look at it that way. But even the use of Darth, it wasn't just fun. I mean, that was fun for me too. That was a fun kind of like, he said the thing, but like, just it makes sense emotionally where they left there and where they met up again. I think it works.
I think it makes the New Hope duel even better. Of Vader, Anakin stewing on, he always kicks my ass, and this time I'm getting him. But also knowing, I feel like in the context of Kenobi, after Kenobi did show some power with like some literal power with the rock move, hurling the rocks at him. That there's almost relief in A New Hope, and he's like, "Your powers are weak, old man. Not gonna be throwing rocks at me this time."
Yeah. I got you this time. All right, let's take a call from Elias. Checking into the show. Elias, how you doing, my friend?
Good. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. Favorite Vader moment?
Vader, right? Yeah. The first choice that was brought up was great. I kind of leaning towards something that's happened slightly before that.
Okay.
Return of the Jedi. My childhood in the 80s was kind of dominated by waiting for the voice of James Earl Jones to appear. Because back in the days when you couldn't just stream it or whatever instantly, anytime it came up, it was like, oh, yes. And now with all the multitudes of Vader content, it's so rich. But for me personally, I've always been kind of, this isn't a downer, but I've been kind of disappointed that the tragedy of his story never really emotionally caught hold for me in the way it was presented. But there was little moments in Return of the Jedi and even in Empire that you see little cracks of the like internal armor of Vader starting to crack once he knows he has a son who believes in him. And the more Luke expresses to him his belief that he's still good inside, the more those cracks open up. And there's this one particular moment that's kind of bookended by Vader being Vader, James Earl Jones doing his thing, but there's this long pause after Luke tells him, this is on Endor, right before they go up to the Death Star, when they're reunited, and Luke is telling him that he calls him Anakin Skywalker, and Vader says that no longer means anything or whatever, and then Luke says something like, "I know there is still good in you," and he says a few more things that are kind of corny, but still, when Luke's done talking, Vader just pauses, and it's like the clearest moment in like the whole Vader saga for me, where you see that armor cracking and know that Anakin is still there. And I just love it. I mean, I every time I see that or watch Return of the Jedi, it kind of gives me like the emotions, and of course I love the part where he kills the big baddie at the end.
Right.
But this is the little part that's him recognizing that his son is right, and I love that so much. So that's my favorite.
Yeah, I was fascinated by the scene, especially as I started to watch them more often when we got them on VHS and I was a teen, and just really the weight of that scene starting to sink in, of Vader trying to go through the motions of like, ooh, you gave me a lightsaber, your back's to me, I'm gonna threaten you by turning it on, you know. Then to the cracks, Harrison saying you'll be forced to kill me, Vader, if that is your destiny. It is too late for me, my son, in his final distance stare. It is too late for me, my son, is the one that I've really gravitated to over the years, because it's like this. Well, I can't make a different decision is really sort of off-putting the responsibility. It's like the opposite of that Kenobi moment in Kenobi that people have been championing of, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, I did. It's like, I'm responsible for my actions, I'm loud and proud. And that those moments on Endor with Luke start to be like, I signed a bad deal 19 years ago and I can't get out of the contract. It sucks. Sorry, it's not really me, it's the Emperor, it's the dark side, it's not my fault, it's too late for me. It's a great beginning of the his ability to make a different choice.
Yeah, trust me. Get a lawyer, my son. Get a lawyer. No, great stuff there. So you said, I want to know slightly a little bit more here in the time we have with you of the emotional arc. It didn't connect with you as much. Were you so rooting against him that you're wanting him to stay bad? Take me through that. And when did that start? Was it even when you were young?
Oh, so I hate to do this, but it's really.
I asked.
Going back in time to 1999 and the prequels. You know, I enjoyed a lot of the prequels even then, but the part that most disappointed me was you're missing the point of the main character. Well, what we were told was the main character's arc and how he turned and how he goes from this joyous, charming, sweet boy who loves everyone, wants to be good, and to the worst monster, second worst monster in the universe. You know, there's more to it than
it just didn't connect with you. I get it.
Yeah, but that just makes these moments in the episodes before Empire and Return of the Jedi, especially, because that's when he knew he had a son and daughter. What just makes them sweeter and more impactful. And
love it. No, thanks. I asked. I asked. It wasn't a bad answer. It wasn't a bad answer at all. Well, there you go. All right, I'll let you get out of here though. But you got to go back to 1999, and I'm going to make you say one nice thing about Sabal.
You know, I've always wanted those goggles, even though they look kind of corny. That's my one thing.
They're good goggles. Looks like he's driving a tank chasing Indiana Jones or Donald Sutherland's Kelly's Hero goggles. Awesome. Great stuff, Elias. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
There you go. We also got nice. Let's see, Cali Kids. This is 3 fights between Anakin and Vader versus Obi-Wan. Anakin / Vader, Obi-Wan versus Obi-Wan are awesome. Yeah, kind of a trilogy of fights there. We got Super Chat. I was going to say, thank you, Dave Mackay. Staying safe out where he lives. And Return of the Jedi, after Luke is taken away, having turned himself in on Endor, there's a moment of Vader alone just complimenting what he's doing. I think it does so much for his arc, giving a glimpse of doubt, kind of building off what Elias was saying there. Yeah, I absolutely. We broke down that scene here on the channel in our ForceCenter scene by scene series. It is such a quiet calm before the storm, but it is dripping with emotions. Yeah.
Just wondering what's going on behind that mask is so great.
Indeed. Blaster Gas 77. Great name. Best Vader moment. All Too Easy. I love that one too. That's another great reading from James Earl Jones. And the confidence, the hubris. That's great. Also got Ziggy Space Dust saying, I spent the day with David Prowse learning road safety in 1978. Blew my mind when I found out a few years later it was Darth Vader. I have to pick somewhere. Yeah. What's his character's name? It's like a green giant character or something, right? Where he's got like a superhero outfit on. I'm sure someone in chat will answer. I didn't. I mean, obviously, we didn't grow up there, so I didn't know that till it came out later.
No, I think I was amazed to see his name in the credits of some classic Doctor Who. Like, what? Wait, what? Darth Vader was in this?
Dave McKay has it. Green cross code man.
Oh yeah.
There it is. All right, let's take looks like we got an audio. No, Steve. Steve's always great. Steve. Every time I'm about to say audio, Steve flips on his camera with a dramatic entrance. Like he's like, boom. There you go. Hi, Steve.
Hi. How's it going, everyone?
It's good.
How are you?
I love that T-shirt.
Good. Thank you very much. Stay on targets.
There he goes. All right, where do you want to go? You want to answer the Sebulba question? You want to go straight at Vader? Where are you going?
I'll go to Sebulba first. Big cheater, but he does whatever it takes to win. So you got to commend him for that, I guess. I'm excited to see in the Galactic Racer game. You never know. He could have a redemption. Who knows? Yeah. This could be his Rocky 3 moment. He lost his last race, and this could be his comeback. Who knows? But his pod race is really cool. Still one of my favorite toys, probably. So hats off to him.
There you go. I love that answer. What I like about him, he's a cheater. He's committed to being a cheater.
I'd never thought about, did he complain to the pod racing commissioner to the Hutts that he actually technically won the race?
Yeah.
Like the big cheat he is.
I would have. He probably had a lot of money on that race as well.
Filed a complaint. All right, Steve, Vader moments. Take it away.
Yeah. So I think previous callers have already kind of stolen a lot of the Return of the Jedi ones. I think maybe later callers will have a lot of Empire. So I'm going to go New Hope, just because when I rewatched New Hope, his voice is it's quite different from what you get in Empire and Return of the Jedi. It's a bit, I don't know how to describe it. It's a bit faster. It's not as deep. So some of the lines he comes out with, I find quite interesting. But just him in the tunnel when he's in the TIE fighter, especially when, I think you said it already, when he says when he gets hit. And he's like, what? I just find that absolutely hilarious because I'm just so off key for him completely. And then him trying to lock on to Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, and he just can't quite get there. Like you're trying to catch a fly, but you just keeps getting out of reach. And he's like, Force is strong with this one. But I think the main scene I love is just when he uses the Force for the first time, when that Imperial officer is ranting at him, which is the biggest mistake I think you could ever make. And he says that, that most famous line, I find your lack of faith disturbing. I thought that was, love that line. One of the best lines ever. Sure.
I think that's an all-timer that sometimes might get overlooked because there's so many other things to choose from. But Vader choking Mahdi is scared me as a kid.
Yeah, no, I mean, Mahdi sells it quite well. The actor does a fantastic job. But I find your lack of faith disturbing. Obviously, it's a meme. It's easy to be overlooked. But how explicitly he's talking about it being a sad old religion. And like, man, and you disrespected my religion. You get choked. And how snarky it is a snarky line, and that does trace back to everything we get to eventually see with Anakin being a little bit of a snark monster himself.
That's true. Sure. Yeah, that actually is true. The sass was present from the beginning with Vader. Yeah, absolutely was. Absolutely.
And I do wonder about that Imperial as well. I do think, did he have some sort of secret knowledge of the Sith? Because I always felt like they were meant to be kept so secret. And he apparently knows about this ancient religion. Obviously, I don't know if he was talking more about the Jedi than he was the Sith, but If I was Darth Vader, I'd be like, how do you know about that?
Yeah, I feel like it's like for the people who spend a lot of time around Vader and the Emperor, it's kind of like, yeah, you guys aren't right.
Yeah.
And we know, and they probably also know about the Inquisitors. Like, yeah, we know what we tell the press release to the rest of the galaxy is none of these Force Whedon laser sword guys are around anymore. They're all bad. And like, you assholes are all Force wielding laser sword guys. So to me, it almost comes out like as a business meeting. It's like, I know the official policy is, always slacks, no jeans at work. But you bleepers wear jeans at work every day. And we all know it, and I'm going to say it out loud.
Yeah. I think that's a great reading of where it lands now. 77, obviously the bigger picture was not fully in place. I get that. But yeah, it does. It plays, and it's always, this reminder of, Vader is, not everyone is super aware of him. He's still a kind of a ghost within the Empire. I think I've always taken it as. But as a kid, you just thought he ran everything, but Tarkin was in control. I didn't, think about it much more than that. But yeah, I love that Monty's like, whatever, weirdo. We know who you are.
Yeah, because in the books, he's a bit more. They make him a bit more of a myth, don't they? I think. Around, especially even in the Empire, I think they make him a little bit more of a myth. But I think in the original trilogy, I don't think they had that kind of same idea at the time. But I like it both ways, either way.
There you go. Yeah. Perfect. Great stuff, Steve. We appreciate you as always. And thank you for the kind words on Sebulba too.
No worries. Appreciate it as well.
Thank you, man.
See ya.
See ya. Bye-bye.
That's a great T-shirt. I don't wear a lot of different T-shirts anymore, but I want to get hold of that one.
It's a good one. It's good life advice.
Stay on target. Yeah, that is good. Good. Ethan said this about Sebulba. The best thing about Sebulba is the worst thing about Sebulba. He picks on a 9-year-old kid and feels no remorse about it. It is true.
It's true.
It's true. But the 9-year-old kid's coming close to beating him in races, right? So he's like, this is not. Sebulba might have been the first to be like, there's something different about that kid. Something different about that. There you go. Alan Smithy also said, my favorite Vader moment is where Vader shows he can be the bigger man and accepts Captain Nita's apology. True class right there. Exactly indeed. All right. Anything else you're seeing, sir? I'll take a call next.
Yeah, no, I think we got lots of calls.
We do. Let's go ahead and do an audio-only call with our buddy Matty. Check it in. We know he loves them all, but what does he love about Vader? Hi, buddy.
Hey, guys. Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? I'm on hotel Wi-Fi, so I don't know if I'm coming in clear enough.
No, you can hear it loud and clear.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What are you ordering at the hotel lobby bar?
Nothing. I've been at a festival all day, so I'm kind of just hanging out in the room now. So
resting.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to sleep as soon as I talk to you guys and watch the rest of the show.
We'll sing you to sleep when we're done with the call.
Going from watching Limp Bizkit to you guys singing me to sleep is an interesting transition.
Wow. Limp Bizkit, huh?
If I remembered any Limp Bizkit lyrics, I would try to sing them as a lullaby, but I don't right now.
Yeah. What's your favorite Limp Bizkit lyric, Manny?
It's the one about, am I allowed to say the F word?
Which one?
The one where he talks about saying the F bomb, F-U-C-K 46 times in the song.
Yes. Yeah, I'm familiar with that tune.
It's just the fact that he counted.
He counted.
It's good. It's good. You got to take stock of your Fs. You know how many you have left.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of villains, Sebulba or Vader, what do you got?
Sebulba. Interesting enough, he has the mustache of Dale Earnhardt and the racing skill of Michael Schumacher. So those are the two.
Yeah. He's good at what he does.
Can you get this one? Because from a pro wrestling perspective, he is a good racer. I would kind of equate him to Eddie Guerrero. Like he's actually really good, but he has to lie, cheat, and steal.
As was the gimmick in there, the mid 2000s. Yes. That's it. Sebulba, if I would sit Sebulba down, I'd be like, hey man, you're better than this. You don't need this to win. You can win on your own.
Yeah, and then when he finally does win the championship, the whole arena goes mental.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Well, all right. We know you like Maul. What do you like about Vader? What are your favorite moments?
So everyone's given great ones from the movies. I'm gonna go with the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, where he has the Terminator Michael Myers moment of just walking down that narrow dirt pathway, and he's just flinging stormtroopers, random people, snapping necks. That took me back to being a child and seeing him walk down the hallway for the first time and being genuinely terrified of, oh my God, this guy's he's more machine now than man. No, he's equal parts monster that he is machine.
Yeah, that's really great. The final fight is great, and all the moments we talked about. But that moment is so terrifying, and it's also just like, hey, I know it will really bug Kenobi if I just break people's necks and drag them down the street. Like the motivation for the horror is makes it extra terrifying.
Yeah, let me get him out here. Let me do things that I know deep down in his soul he knows are wrong, and because they're fun for me. Yeah, no, I agree with that, Matty. It was Vader, as we always say, marches down every hallway or path to try to get what he wants. It doesn't always work, but on the way there, he's pretty damn terrified. So that worked for me too.
Yeah. And there's also a really cool moment in the comics that I really liked, where he's he's like surrounded by rebel troopers, and one of them yells out, "You're surrounded," and I think he says something like, "It's like all I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men," and then he just goes and kills all of them, and it's just like this is a horror movie character in a fantasy, in a space fantasy. Like what?
How? Yeah, David Mackay puts it up. All I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men. Maddie, what do we have to do to get you to tattoo that on your back?
Not much. I have the Blink 182 smiley face below my butt, so not much.
Below your butt. Below your butt.
Okay. Yeah, like on the back of the leg, like below the butt.
Okay. So the other leg could get this.
Yeah, I have a few Star Wars tattoos, so I could get that.
That's amazing. Okay.
If somebody had said that's my favorite Limp Bizkit lyric, I would have believed it. All I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men. And then the F word 46 times.
Yeah. Yeah. What did the tattoo artist do when you said, yes, that one, but below the butt?
It just said, give me the money.
Okay. That's fine.
Are you paying? Yeah, cool. I'll draw it on you.
All I'm surrounded by is ink and fools. I'll tattoo anything.
Yeah, that's most of the tattoo industry.
Awesome.
I'm surrounded by is ink and idiots.
Ink and idiots. There you go. Break stuff. Do it all for the nookie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maddie. Any final Vader moments, and how much? Where does he rank with Maul? Like how much higher do you like Maul more than Vader?
Are we talking just Star Wars villains or villains overall?
Whatever you want. Star Wars villains. I don't care.
He's top 5.
Okay, that's good.
4 or 5. Maul obviously being number 1, but
okay.
And I did want to say the moment, the aspirations moment, but I know how much you hate that moment, Ken. So
what the choking? I don't hate it as much anymore. No? I don't know if I even hated it. I love Krennic so much as a character. Obviously, I don't look up to Krennic, but I love that moment. It stood out. Don't choke on your own aspirations, and it's like, wah, wah. But as Joseph pointed out earlier, and we had conversations about this, it's not unlike Vader in the past. The wisecracking Anakin is still in there. So I think Vader's like, he probably walked away. I was like, what a good play on words. Like I think, yeah.
This is my good Star Wars take your own medicine, because I respect that other people like it, and I personally will never enjoy it. And it is not about whether it is good or bad. I personally will never ever enjoy it.
Yeah.
And for me, the distinction is he's snarky all the time. He doesn't do straight up wordplay puns. And it is a little like all of his other snark, he's being an asshole. Apology accepted, Captain Eda. And I think I find your lack of faith disturbing. That's also for the benefit of everybody around him. Is Vinay, keeping score? I don't know who that one, who's been, I mean, Krennic, but he's choking him, so he's good enough. It's the literalness of choke on your aspirations. If you had said any other mean asshole, dickish thing, I'd be great. It's the literalness of, hey, I'm choking you. And I said, choke? That is not personally for me, but I'm fine with it if everybody else in the world loves it.
There you go, Maddie. What do you love about it, Maddie?
I just love puns and wordplay. I'm not a master comedian like you two.
It's just taste. It's just taste. It's just different tastes. Why did the chicken walker cross the road, Krennic?
I actually saw a video of a chicken crossing the road on Instagram the other day, and the caption was just "It finally happened."
Now that I like.
That I like indeed. All right, thank you, Maddie. Appreciate you sharing all this stuff. Go back to your concert.
No, I'm going to bed, mate.
Okay, go sleep it off.
Okay,
sleep it off. There you go. Thank you, Maddie. Got him. Check it in.
Sweet Limp Biscuit dreams to Maddie.
Oh, we didn't. Oh, I didn't see this one. Which cheek, Maddie? Which below which cheek?
Mystery will remain.
All right, we got calls lined up here. We got Jordan, we got Aaron, we got Eli, we got the good detective McCarcel seated, not driving. Let's take Jordan right here, right now. Let me make sure I get the right setup. There's Jordan. How are you? How are you, my friend?
Hey, doing well. Happy to be back.
Yeah, thanks for coming back.
Good to have you here. All right, Vader moments. Where you going, or would you like to start with Sebulba? It's dealer's choice today.
That's me. I'll get Sebulba player's choice about Sebulba. Okay. I saw some other people mention it of like, he doesn't have a pre-existing deep-seated reason to hate this guy. Just, we don't know about this Tatooine underground pod racing syndicate that Anakin might have dipped in and out of. Just wants to kill and beat a 9-year-old boy for the love of the game. Yeah. And I think we have to put some respect on him for that.
Just to do it. I think respect given and taken there in Sebulba. Sepulveda. I'm thinking of driving in LA right now. Wow. Okay.
I pulled up the GIF of his pod race getting destroyed just to remind myself how good it looks. I love when it sort of separates like there was floss holding those two front pieces together. Kind of just flies in different directions. Amazing CGI going on.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff.
Hoodoo. Favorite Vader moments? Where do you go?
I also want to talk about the Kenobi series because I feel it was the first time for me where I was able to bridge Hayden's performance with the Vader that we knew from the original trilogy, because they always felt different to me. I know Hayden got a lot of flack for doing the kind of monotone drawl that he has, and there is some snark in it. But I was able with Kenobi and with the way that they wrote his lines to connect those two people together because of how petty that version of Vader is in that series. I wrote down lines off my head because I was just like replaying the scenes for myself. But it was, I am what you made me. The years have made you weak. You should have killed me when you had the chance. Later on, of course, your strength has returned, but the weakness still remains. Just so personal. And hearing him spit out these lines at his arch nemesis, who he blames for his whole predicament, with such venom, gave me chills, because the Vader that we meet in the OT is such a company man. He's such a, like, for a while until Luke breaks through, he's just doing the Empire's bidding and he's kind of keeping his personal stuff to himself. But having a Vader that even says me and mine and what I want and the revenge that I'm after, pretty terrifying stuff, which I love.
Yeah. I was thinking about he's not just any Jedi. He's also like, yes, very personal and petty. Like, you guys don't get it. He's my number one guy.
No, I think that's a great answer, Jordan. Yeah, and part of what I keep saying about Hayden coming back and just nailing it and having the chance to do what you're talking about, having the chance to spend more time with Vader as a character. Talking about Hayden getting to spend more time. I think it's one of the things we love about that series.
Yeah, and just like people have called out the ending moment with breaking open the mask, but Anakin's gone. I am what remains. With seeing his face, almost a tear coming to his eye, If he has any tear ducts left, who knows?
Right.
And Kenobi's reaction to that, of really realizing the profound sadness of what he's done to this brother of his, and the sadness of Anakin trying to pretend he's somebody that he's not, while Obi-Wan can literally see his face. So like well performed and so powerful, and like I'm just so happy he got that redemption tour to show us what's happening under that mask.
Yeah, and I think while he is playing the spirit of Anakin in Ahsoka, there's some great connective tissue there too. I think that great line of, "Oh, is that what this is about? You're upset about that whole 20-something years where I was a horrible monster." That great delivery, I think, also really, like you're saying, that understanding the personal perspective connects Hayden's natural style of delivery and purposeful choice with Vader in a really great way.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent stuff. Thank you, Jordan, for sharing that. And great insight.
Can I ask you guys just one more thing about Kenobi series? I think you probably talked about this before. Do you think that it should have been a film, and why? I'm really curious at this point.
I really appreciate the show exactly as it is, and I think probably we got I think the main benefit of being a television show is more quality time with Leia and her perspective. And I think some of my favorite moments of Kenobi are little small nuanced moments. I love the conversation with Kenobi and Leia on Mapuzo when he is talking to her about coming to the Jedi is like being a child of adoption. It's your family, and it's just as important. Some of Ken's moments that he's really highlighted and shouted out with Leia and Bail, I think, are better for the television show. I think if I had a magic time device, I would prefer film, because I think the structure of the story, it was built as a film, and there's the one episode where he goes to the Inquisitor moon that feels a little inserted into the structure to flesh it out, and some important things happen, and my beloved dead Tara Sinube shows up. Yeah. So I wouldn't want to lose that. But I think for me, a part of it is the what happens in it is so important to the Star Wars saga, and so focused on 3 to 4 of our major characters, with Vader, Kenobi, Leia, and then Luke being sort of a presence is a concept, and briefly as a person, that I think I would have liked it to be sort of at that scale. Which all of that is to say is, like, if I had a choice, I think movie would have been even better. But I love the series, and I feel very, very appreciative and lucky that we have it.
Yeah, I'm right there in the middle of that kind of wonderful bog. We're trying to slush through a series I love, with moments that I love. And you're right, Joseph. I think we would have been less blessed with Leia stuff, or the quiet. You would have had 1 or 2 big quiet moments, without a doubt. But yeah, you get to spend more time, because you're talking almost 4 hours would have to be cut out of the story, right? Roughly. So it would have been faster paced. But for me, the loss of not having it on screen was seeing this final fight we're all talking about, seeing it as big as it could have been, not just in how it was presented, but how it felt in the theater in that moment. I think it would have been epic. And it's something we've talked about here, and it's nothing against the show or the people behind it, is the time it was actually shot, the push to streaming, a little bit of perhaps the budget and time issues. Yeah, I wish that show got a fairer shake than maybe some of the others, but I'm happy to be in the present with this series I love.
Yeah. A couple quick comments here. David pointed out Owen and Brew. Yeah, some other major characters getting quality screen time in the show. Yeah. And Detective McCarcel makes a great point. As much as I love the show, it's definitely one of the ones where I see this stuff inserted for the sake of making a show. I don't think we'd have Reva if it was a movie, which would be a shame. I think even if we did have Reva, because she's so central to its themes of children, what is owed to children by their mentors, even if there was a Reva character, you're right to point out, Detective, we would not have got as much time with Reva. So maybe if I had my time device I was going on about, and somebody's like, but you're going to lose 60% of Reva, I'd be like, okay, change my mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard.
Love it. Tough question, Jordan. Thanks for asking it.
Yeah, of course.
All right, thank you. Moving on, we got Aaron, we got Eli, we got Detective McCarsell, and the fans are holding my studio, so I'm still here. I'm sweating away. But Aaron, how are you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you?
We're great. We're
Good.
great. Orioles cap, I'll allow it. I don't have my Yankee cap on, but we're good. We're good.
Second time on the show, second time with the O's hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's a tradition.
Yeah.
You're steady like Cal Ripken. All right. Favorite Vader moments, or what do you like about Sebulba? Which is like trying to say something nice about the Yankees to you, but yeah.
Yeah. I just got home. I got home from work 20 minutes into the show, so I hope I'm not repeating anything for anyone.
Fine if you do.
Even if you do, it's all good.
Yeah.
Man.
Sebulba didn't really impress me too much, but I do really appreciate the character design.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the character design.
That's a great answer.
He's scary.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. All right. You passed that test. Now your
All
favorite
right.
Vader moments.
There is a line reading that James Earl Jones does in The Empire Strikes Back. And I think I've said it so many times in my head, I've sort of misremembered how long he elongates Jedi.
Mm.
But when he says, "You are not a Jedi yet,"
Mhm.
and I think I keep elongating it even more and more and more and more. So now it takes like 5 seconds to get that word out. But I've always loved that line reading. It's that, and even though it's not really Vader, I always love the vision of Vader that Luke sees when he first comes through that stone archway in the cave on Dagobah.
Mm-hmm.
Those two things have always been two of my favorite parts of Vader.
Yeah, that's the cave vision is fantastic. Yeah, just the horrible shadow. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that that quote from Empire. That was one of my favorites. But I and some other folks in the chat were really focusing on the sharpness of the yet, the way it's snipped off. But you're right, it works because there's a wind up on the Jedi.
Yeah, it is. It's like this long.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that a lot as I've been working on film stuff of how long something actually needs to remain on screen, whether it's a word or a sound, to lodge in people's brains. And I remember like some early episodes of ForceCenter where there's like a moment that we liked and we'd spend a half an hour talking about a moment. And then the next time I watched the movie, I was like, that's on screen for like a second, maybe not even, maybe 12 frames. And we talked about it for half an hour. And it's to me, it's just like, I love hearing your story of like, however long it actually is, the impression of its length has made the impression on you. And that's what's powerful. That's so cool.
You know, we're from the same generation. I'm a little bit younger Gen X than the two of you. So I never got to see any of the 3 original films in the theater when they first ran. My memories of Star Wars were those 20th Century Fox videos from the mid 80s.
Right.
And I just remember playing them over and over and over again and just repeating the lines over and over again. So I've been repeating that line since like 1984, you know?
Wow.
And it just gets longer and longer and longer and longer.
I love that.
But pretty soon I'll have it up to like 30 seconds long before I say yet. When it comes out.
You are not a Jedi.
Exactly.
That's a good competition, like a hot dog eating contest, but the word Jedi.
Love that. Love that. Great answers. Great answers. It's those little moments. And again, to what you were saying and what Joseph, you said, like, I think we got hours of ForceCenter off of 1.5 seconds of Leia's eyes in Last Jedi.
Yeah.
That moment's, and you're right. I think I watched it at one time for one of our discussions was like, oh, wait, I think I missed it. Like it's so tiny, but
goes by fast, but makes an impact.
Makes an impact. Well done. Well done. Aaron, great answers. We appreciate you calling in.
All right. Thanks.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Love that. We got Eli. We got Detective McCarsell. Any other comments that I missed? I want to catch up with the comments. No, I think we're pretty good.
Hey, real important. The tattoo is under the left buttock.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Maddie, for the update. Thank you for the update. Let's bring Eli onto the show here. And I'm sure Eli's got a lot of Vader moments, and we're gonna make you choose like one or two.
So I have two, but the only reason I have two is one of them is not mine. I got a message from a friend of the show, Jared the Dark Jedi, who wanted me, who couldn't be here, but Darth Vader is his favorite Star Wars character, and he gave me a little something to read.
Okay. A statement?
Yeah.
Love
yes.
It. Love.
This is from Jared, and I know this moment before I say this. I know this moment's already been brought up, but here's what he said. With Darth Vader being my favorite character, I always mark out for the moment where we get to see Vader the bad MFer, or seeing him go belt to ass, fear and dead men. But my all-time favorite Darth Vader moment is the quiet moment of realization on Endor as Luke is taken away by his men and he's left to stare out into the forest holding Luke's sword. In that moment, Vader truly realizes how much he's been played, how now his final failure after selling his soul to bring about the very thing he's feared, he's now seen that Obi-Wan got to be more of a father to his child than he did, symbolized by the resemblance between Obi-Wan and Luke's lightsaber hilts. It's all been for nothing. All of it. He was lied to and cheated. That quiet moment where he just stands silently always moves me. It's the moment Anakin starts to wake up. But my real answer is him lighting Obi-Wan's punk ass on fire. So that's what Jared said to me.
Great.
I reject the words punk ass, but I like the fire, the pettiness of dragging Obi-Wan.
I do too. I was just reading verbatim.
Oh, I know. Well, I'll take it up with Jared.
As for my moment, Matty Gunner actually saw my moment of him being Michael Myers. So I'm going to mention the moment, and Jared and I have actually talked about this moment so much because it's so funny. He just got absolutely bamboozled by Obi-Wan on Jabim. And now this Inquisitor, who like barely was a second thought to him other than he granted her the rank of Grand Inquisitor 2 minutes ago, comes up and attacks him. And he again, you can't see the expression beneath the helmet, but the helmet just has an angle for Vader to be like, seriously? Now? Seriously? But my favorite part is right after that, where Vader catches Reva's lightsaber and then splits it in half, throws half of it back. Like, sure, let's play. Let's go. I'll give you some help. I'll give you some help because that's how little I think of you. Yeah. It is the most petty Darth Vader moment I've ever seen, and it is so worth it.
Yeah, I love it because people have been talking about really, really well this episode how much Vader's just fear of being inferior to Obi-Wan is so throughout that Kenobi show, and it feels like Obi-Wan just played me again, and I got it in this really pathetic way, try to make myself feel like a big bad man again by re-stabbing this woman I stabbed as a child, and to make it myself feel like more of a badass, I'll give her saber back.
And it's this reassertion of power of like, okay, Obi-Wan may have gotten one over on me, but let's be clear, I'm still Darth freaking Vader. You don't cross me. I don't know who you think you are trying to like get revenge for that thing I did 19 years ago, or 10 years ago. I'm still that guy.
Yeah. It's almost as in that moment, Vader's like, I burnt his punk ass. What's now this? Now she's doing this.
I'm still that Sith.
Great stuff, Eli.
Oh, and I should say, Sebulba.
Yeah.
I think this is technically not a Sebulba moment, but it's about Sebulba, and just the delivery constantly. The delivery of Watto. What do I like? When Qui-Gon asks something like, how do you know if Sebulba's going to win? Well, Sebulba always wins. And it's like, it's true, except for the one occasion where it wasn't.
Yeah.
There's no reason he shouldn't think that.
It's true until it's not. Yeah. No, I love it. It's a fun name to say. That's one nice thing to say about Sebulba.
Sebulba. Yeah.
Love it. Thank you, Eli, for checking in as always.
Thanks,
buddy.
Eli.
Thank you for delivering Jared's message. Sending love out to him as always. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, we're almost ready for our final call today. Mr. Luscious Locks himself, Detective McCross was queued up. We did have a quote or a comment here from our buddy Adam Whip.
Hey,
Vader's walk through the base on Hoth leading a battalion of snowtroopers and Vader's initial ferocious out-of-nowhere surprise attack on Luke in the Bespin control room. Yeah, there's some real jump scare moments if you're a youngster watching that, and maybe even now. And I'm still, I think it's one of my favorite Luke moments of him flailing with a lightsaber to try to hit the objects that Vader's throwing at him, but Vader just kind of lowered his blade and doing that. It was, as a kid, I still carry that wonder when I watch it now, but as a kid, it was just, what is he doing? What a wizard.
Yeah, no, I mean the lowering the blade and throwing the boxes. So good. Yeah. Throw this one out here from David as well. I thought you were going to say when he checks Obi-Wan's robes after he disappears in A New Hope. That is a great. Yeah. That Vader's best line. Ting, 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 ting.
Ting, ting, ting. And you just hear him go, duh, hell?
What the hell? What the hell?
What in the hell? Yoda didn't teach me this. All right, let's take our final call of the day here. We're talking favorite Vader moments, a little Sebulba, and we got our good friend Michael McCarr. So, Michael, check it in. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. Just finished my drive up to my fiance's place, so.
All right.
Nice.
We made it. So today we have.
Yeah. A kitty cat. Oh, a kitty cat. Okay.
One of two. The other one is. She's very shy.
I said the word kitty cat. My dog might come running now. She's now learned that word because we have some alley cats. She's chasing out of the yard. What's that cat's name?
So all of our cats are presumably going to be named after medical stuff. So one of them is named Isha, which is roughly the Japanese word for doctor. Okay. And this one, we didn't name her. She came from the shelter with this name. Her name is Rubella.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I was waiting for stethoscope or something like that, but Rubella, yeah, that's great.
No.
Weekly checkup, amazing.
Little belly girl.
Love it. Good stuff. All right, favorite Vader moments. Where do you go with that, my friend?
Well, let me start with Sebulba. Let me play honest. He's such an unlikable piece of crap. But he's very, very honest about it. He doesn't try to hide that. He's honest about who he is to a fault, even with his pod. That tells you everything you need to know about him. He is a small man desperately trying to overcompensate.
Literally.
Yes.
Well done. Good moment. All right, take us home with your favorite Vader moments.
Two quick ones, especially since they've already been taken, but Fear and Dead Men is so impossibly cool in a way that I could never come up with that. That's chef's kiss. Insane. And then the Shadow Lord fight sequence. That's his unyielding presence is just so perfectly done. And him not speaking is great for that sequence. And it's also a little bit of we're just gonna punt on. We're not ready to recast James Earl Jones. Fair play. But the big one is also one that's kind of been taken. The I am not your failure, Obi-Wan. I killed Anakin Skywalker. That he's not trying to. He's trying to accomplish is trying to sound tough. He's trying to say, I make my own decisions. I'm my own man. I made me. But the reality is that he gives Obi-Wan closure in that moment. He doesn't want to, but he does. So.
What do you make of the discrepancy between Vader saying, I am what you made me, and then say, no, actually, I made me?
That's actually a good point. I hadn't really thought about that. I guess when he says, I am what you made me, he's probably just trying to get under Obi-Wan's skin. And then he's trying to maybe he's being a little more in his own way, trying to be honest with the I killed Anakin Skywalker. And in a way that's kind of a tie into, that tells us why Obi-Wan tells Luke, Darth Vader killed your father. That kind of, I don't know. I had never really considered the big discrepancy there.
I just remember loving it as the I am what you made me was so like, he knows exactly what Obi-Wan is wrestling with, what Obi-Wan is having, nightmares about, as we see in the first episode, and just like, let me press on that nerve. And then when Obi-Wan kind of brings it back to him of like, you're right, I am partially responsible, and I'm so sorry, that he's like, no, actually, I want to take credit for it. So I don't feel like, I don't mean it as a discrepancy in terms of like, oh, the writers did a bad job. I think it's really great. I think it's I've certainly been in those arguments where somebody's like, oh, wait, I said that mean thing to get under your skin, but actually I don't like, that's actually not the way I wanted to present the situation. So let me change that to the way I want to present it.
Take it back. Love that. No, I agree. I agree with those moments too. Yeah, again, I love that today turned into kind of a celebration of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Something we
it's
really
almost
do
like
love.
it's a really, really good show.
It's like there's a lot to dive into, but you know,
I might rewatch it this weekend.
Yeah. I might do. I might do jump around. I might watch the final fight on Stabby Rock Planet. I might watch the Maul episode. I might watch just key parts of Empire. I might do that.
Yeah,
might do that. Great answers, Michael. Appreciate you sharing all that.
Absolutely, guys.
Great stuff.
There you go. We got some comments on the way out. Dave McKay puts one of my favorites in there. If we're coming to a close, I want to highlight one of my favorite shots in Rebels, Twilight of the Apprentice, when Vader's TIE fighter descends and he just stood atop it. Yes, that is a man who, again, knows how to make entrances. It's still keeping it with it doesn't really always get what he wants, but he knows how to do it. He knows how to put on a show. Mock show. I love
his
that.
line to Ezra is a pretty good banger too, of Ezra saying, "I'm not afraid of you." It's like, well, then you'll die braver than most.
Yes,
that's a good banger too from Vader.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And Ethan also adds from the comics, Luke tells him he killed his father, and Vader replies, "I've killed many fathers. You have to be more specific." And Maddie says, "Darth Vader bought the whole Aura farm." That's true. That is Aura farming.
Yes, he did.
Not to sound like a boomer. I think that's what they mean by Aura farming. Vader coming in on a TIE fighter. He's a theater kid, says Detective Picard. All right. We did it. We talked a little Sebulba, but a lot of Vader, and there's always much more moments to discuss. Both characters, but especially Darth Vader. And I'm glad we have more. I'm looking forward to Ahsoka Season 2 and see who shows up. Anakin or Vader or Anna Vader. I don't know. There's a lot of options there.
Yeah, very exciting. Who knows what shenanigans may happen in Mortistown, if that is indeed where we're headed. But
that's actually Season 2's title, Shenanigans in Mortistown. That's what we got. That's it for now, Fred. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you want to call in on future episodes, you can become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/ForceCenter. Check out, if you're watching on YouTube, links down below in the description for all the things you need to find, including us on the podcast side. Today is Friday, so I got to make sure I load up a new Databank Brawl for Sunday, but we rebroadcast our Databank Brawl episodes on Sunday over there. Have a lot of fun doing that. And, check out our merch shop at Fourth Wall or TeePublic. Check out my stuff. I've switched I think my website's working. I switched website server hosts, whatever you want to say. So I'm adding to some dates there. If you're going to be in San Diego for San Diego Comic-Con, I will be part of the Jen Sturger and Mark Ellis pop culture themed comedy night, which is Thursday night, the first night of Comic-Con, 7 p.m. at the Yellow House on 6th Street in the Gas Lamp. So come on out. Ticket information will be on my website there. And check out my YouTube channel. Hang out with me over there in the show, The Blathering Live. Joseph, your YouTube channel is popping with short films and all the stuff going on there.
Yeah, and your website is working for me.
It is.
I just pulled it up. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yes. Yeah. Please visit the YouTube page. I got about an hour worth of short films up there. Most of them horror fun. A lot of Ken, sometimes some surprise Ken in some of the short films. So check this out. I'd really love to get some more followers and views on old YouTube. And the big thing, our horror film, Dead Media, has been picked up for distribution. We're going to be doing a theatrical road show. It's going to be playing in a bunch of different indie theaters across the country. More details on that coming soon. Hopefully we'll be able to announce everything in the next couple weeks, but there'll definitely be a big LA premiere. So keep your eyes and ears and whatever else, fingers peeled for that information soon. Last chat I want to share is from General Cameroni saying maybe the show should just be called Shenanigans. To be very clear, I don't hate that. I don't hate all wordplay. Just don't like the choke on your aspirations wordplay.
That would be Vader would be proud of shenanigans. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week right here on ForceCenter.